Hey everybody, it's March week 4. This is Mike with the Deephaven community team. To demo some new update by operator. All right, Larry, take it away.
All right, so we have introduced this update by feature, and in the last release, we were able to show rolling sum, and we also demoed rolling group and rolling average earlier this month. We have some new things coming on. So these are basically um, operations that will take a table of data and compute windowed operations. So either windowed by time or windowed by row. And adding to sum and group, we've added rolling average. Now you can do moving averages based on row ticks or time, a rolling minimum, rolling maximum, and uh, rolling product. So let me just demonstrate these real quick. It won't take forever because the syntax hasn't really changed. I'm just going to bring in the sales table. It's a 2 million row table to show we're not cheating. And I'm going to just kick off all of these operators effectively at once with a 50 row average, except for rolling product, which you multiply any number by 50 times, you get pretty much gibberish anyway. So what I'm doing is creating a rolling sum on unit price, and it's a moving average, a rolling average of 50 rows, the rolling group, which will actually show all the values of unit price that belong to this window, and then a rolling minimum, rolling maximum. So I'm gonna just scroll over to see what these look like. So the rolling sum, the rolling group, rolling average, minimum, maximum, and then the rolling product, which quickly gets rather large. The rolling product, I have it just as 10, just because anything over 10 becomes just kind of dominates the whole screen when the column expands. So this is a zero key type case where we're just averaging over the entire table. We can produce these summaries over an individual set of keys. So in my next demonstration, I'm going to just run pretty much the same code, but I'm now going to bin this by region. So you'll see some similar data, but now you'll notice that these groups are only, this rolling group is the price data for sub-Saharan Africa. These two will be the Europe groups. And the rolling average, minimum, maximum, and product will be the moving minimum, maximum, and averages just of those groups. So these are row-based. Let me show you what they look like with time. In this case, we have to specify the timestamp column, which is going to be our order date, and then a time window. So this is 10 minutes. So this will be a 10-minute rolling average, rolling minimum, maximum product. And again, we're not using any individual keys, so this data will be accumulated over the entire table. And you can see this rolling product growing quickly, rolling minimum, maximum, and then the same trick, but shown as bucketed over region. And so let's just look at these three Europe ones, and we can see um, rolling minimum, maximum product are all computed just over this particular region. I'm going to close most of these and then just show you what it might look like with ticking data. So this is a quick ticking table. It's the same data. We're just bringing in a row every second. And I'm going to reprise all of these operations, but against the ticking data. So now here is the same table, but you can see the rows coming in as the rows enter our sales ticking table. The summaries are also computed at the same time. And then it's not really something new here. I'll just demonstrate that each of these tables are also ticking. And this is the time-based one that is ticking. And then the bucketed time version that's ticking. So, all right, and then there's one more thing about the windows that I wanted to show. I kind of glossed over in a couple in the previous demonstration. But these windows, even though they're typically reverse looking, and we're talking about like a moving average from the past, they're not limited to that. And they also don't have to be, um, they don't have to be consecutive or include the current row. So I'm going to show this one. We're just using a moving average at this point. So we're creating rolling averages, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and 60 minutes. And here's what that table looks like. So we have all this row data, and you can see, um, you know, we're just producing 60-minute, 45-minute, 30-minute, and 15-minute averages. Now, obviously the 15-minute data is included in the 30-minute, included in the 45-minute, and included in the 60-minute, but that's not required. We can actually set up these ranges carefully by specifying forward and looking data, forward and reverse looking data. And so this next one is a little complicated, but this 0 to 15-minute column that's going to be produced is going to show a moving average of the previous 15 minutes of data. The next row is going to show, or the next column is going to show a moving average, non-inclusive of the previous range, but from 15 minutes or from 30 minutes in the past to 15 minutes in the past, and so on. So this data will actually, no data will be included in more than one column. And so for the first 15 minutes of data, actually, we just have nulls in the 15, 30, and 45-minute column. But as we scroll down, we can see that now there's been 15 minutes of data, now there's 45 minutes of data, and 60 minutes of data. So now these are non-overlapping moving averages based on the table, and this is still ticking data. So as each row comes in, it's computing a non-overlapping moving average. And you can do the same thing with rows. It's just a little more simplistic. And that's some of the features we have that are all of these with our Python wrappers are released, and our release is going to be released over the weekend. And looking forward to using these. We have some more operations coming up in update by, and look forward to showing you those when they're ready.
Very cool. Forward to that release coming up for this week.